The Urban Redevelopment Authority says there will be no change to current rules on short-term accommodation for private homes. This means that stays of less than 3 months from popular home-sharing platforms like Airbnb continue to be illegal.
That's right. The authorities say that this is after extensive consultations with stakeholders since 2015.
Mr. Robert Tan has stayed in this condominium unit for over 30 years, and he chairs the team that manages the estate. Now that rules for short-term stays at private residences have not changed, it's about keeping an eye out for illegal guests.
It's dependent on the security, but then again, these are security officers, and it's very difficult for them to be really looking at each and every person coming in, especially they come in a cab. Of course, we solicit the help of residents, neighbors, who will feedback that, yeah, there are cases of people coming in out very often with suitcases. If we have any reasons to suspect so, then obviously we'll source and seek help from URA and people like that to help us eradicate the situation.
Mr. Tan's one of the homeowners that the URA consulted when it was deciding on a set of regulations for short-term accommodation. Under these proposed rules, owners can only engage in short-term rentals if they get 80% consent from homeowners. They must also meet an annual 90-day rental cap and register with the authority. But these suggestions didn't convince many property managers who cited potential control and maintenance problems. Meanwhile, home-sharing platforms said they were too restrictive. What's left is the status quo, which one platform, Airbnb, calls, quote, disappointing. Still, it says it will continue working with the authorities on a solution.
Countries around the world all face their own local concerns and challenges, and all of them have been able to find ways to find a balance. In Australia, for example, over 75% of the country now has a means to legally share their home, and in Japan, a national level legislation was passed last year that allows for hosts in Japan to share their homes responsibly. So we hope to see the same in Singapore soon as well.
The sharing economy is something that we should not reject. If we want to embrace, of course, it should be within the ambit of the laws and regulations. I think the regulation part and the monitoring and the control needs to be relooked at. We should maybe take a lead from other countries where maybe the owners of all this checking is placed back onto, say, all these home sharing platform.
Moving forward, URA says that it will enforce the current rules. Those found guilty may face a maximum fine of $200,000. For public housing board flats, the minimum stay duration is 6 months.